Okay.
No, it isn't
Uh,
enough.
Good evening, everyone. Tonight I am telling an interactive story, and with me have my family, my dad, mom, sister. They're all joining us tonight. And so I am telling one of three Bearskin stories, which are stories about making a deal with the devil. So the options are the Swiss version, the Russian version, or the Filipino version. So you have to make your choices.
Yeah.
I'll pick Filipino.
Okay.
I pick Swiss.
Swiss? One
I
pill.
pick Swiss as well.
All right, Dad, you're outnumbered.
Usually.
Yeah, usually. In this case as well. Okay. So, the bearskin story. This story begins with a journeyman. This journeyman has longered for long days and nights, and he's poor. He's very poor. He has no money at all. And one day he says, "Oh, what am I going to do, you know? I don't have any money." So, but he makes it to an inn, and the innkeeper asks him the next morning, "Are you going to pay me?" And he says, "No, I'm sorry, I don't have any money. But give me one more night, and I'll try to figure out what I can do. I promise I'll figure out something." So as the innkeeper says, "You better be right, or there's going to be a big consequence." And the journeyman says, "No, I'll really make it up to you." So he goes to bed. In the middle of the night, he's woken up by a man in his room. It's pitch black, but he sees the silhouette of this figure, and he can't see exactly who it is. And he says, "I see you've been traveling long and hard with no money. I can help you, but you're going to have to make a deal." And in the process of this, he looks down and he sees this person sounds and looks like a human, but when he looks down, he has the feet of a donkey. And he wonders, how strange can this be? I've never heard of a man with donkey feet. But he says, "Nonetheless, I have no money, so I need the help of this man."
Wait, how did you know they were like donkey feet and not like horse feet or goat feet or something?
I don't know. This journeyman, he knew. He knew. He didn't know how to make money, but he knew those were those feet. So anyway, this donkey man says, "I can make you very rich, but there's gonna be some, it's not gonna be the funnest thing." And he says, "So I'm gonna give you this jacket. It's made out of a bearskin. And in these pockets, you will find endless amounts of money. Whenever you need money and you reach into your pockets, you will find as much money as you need." And he says, "Okay," and he gives him the jacket, and he puts his hands in the pockets, and there is money in there. But he says, "Not so fast. You get endless money, but for 7 years, with no exceptions, you cannot take showers, you cannot pray, you cannot wash your hands, you cannot cut your nails, you cannot cut your hair, and you have to sleep in this bearskin, and you cannot sleep on anything else. You cannot sleep in a normal bed, anything." And he says, "But I guarantee you, if you make it through these 7 years, you'll be a very happy man." And so the journeyman agrees. and he goes on his way. And he's staying at the inn, and he's able to pay the innkeeper. And, you know, already after, I don't know, the first year, he's already starting to stink. And he's still staying at this inn, and the innkeeper is saying, oh God, this guy stinks, but, I mean, he has some money, so I'll let him stay. And then one day, another man comes to the inn. And this man is next door to him, next door to the journeyman, and at night he can say he hears this man just weeping profusely. He's just crying all night. And so he goes and knocks on the door, and the man opens up, and he's all teary-eyed, and he says, you know, what's the matter? You seem to be well-dressed and everything. And he says, well, you see, I owe this debt, and if I don't pay this debt, I'm going to be in big trouble. And the journeyman says, I'll pay you this debt, and I'll help you pay this debt. And the man says, you know, if you help me pay this debt, I'll do anything for you. I even have 3 beautiful daughters, and you can marry one of my daughters, definitely. So he pays off this man's debt, and he introduces him. The man who had the debt introduces the journeyman to his daughters. The first daughter goes, oh, this man, I mean, it's been, you know, a year now, and he says, oh, this man is disgusting. He's absolutely disgusting. He smells and all this. And the second daughter says, oh, too, this guy's absolutely disgusting. So, but then the third daughter says, you know, Daddy, this guy's pretty gross, but he helped you get out of this debt, and, you know, I think this guy's a decent guy. And the guy says, the journeyman says, you know, thank you, but I can't even get married until another 6 years. So the guy who had the debt says, okay, come back to me, you know, and my daughter will be happy to marry you within 6 years. So the journeyman completes all 7 years. He's a rich man, and one day he's walking down the street. He has nice clothes. He gave the devil back his jacket. He has everything he needs, but he hasn't, you know, gotten the daughter yet. And so he goes over to his house, and I mean, he's dressed just he has the nicest clothes, perfectly groomed, and he goes over to the house, and all the daughters are, who is this man? This man's so handsome, you know, where's this man coming from? And the journeyman says, you know, you saw me a couple of years ago, but I don't think you recognized me. And the dad who had the debt, he says, you remember this man? He helped me get out of this debt. And the daughter goes, oh, yes, we're going to marry. And now the 2 older daughters realize how dumb they were, for even they didn't realize that this man, although he was disgusting looking before, was so wealthy. And in a fit of rage, the oldest daughter, she drowns herself in the river, and the second oldest daughter hangs herself from the tree. And then the journeyman has an awesome wedding with the youngest daughter, but he looks up into the barn, and he sees now recognizes that the man with the hooves who he saw silhouetted is the devil, and he's sitting on the roof, and he says, hey, you think you looked out. You really do. You got a nice daughter. You got 1 daughter, but guess what? You got 1 and I got 2. Ha ha ha. Because the devil got the souls of the 2 daughters who killed themselves. So, and that is the story. The end.
Thank
That was very well done.
Yes. Enjoyed that story.
That was a pretty intense story.